8:54. Really sorry that we're late right now. We were having some technical problems, but we got it figured out. I will give you guys another minute and a half to get your notebooks, pens, pencils, to take some good notes and invite anybody onto this call that you haven't invited yet. Okay, we're going to get this started. So I am going to be talking about tips on the approach and the invite. There have been a people recently, and I've had lots of questions on to say to prospects when you're texting them or calling them to bring up the business. At the end of the day, the approach is very simple. People tend to overcomplicate it, and you really can never say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. So yeah, definitely don't overcomplicate it. You should learn the approach in quick training when you first start, and it's very simple, but there's still a couple pointers and tips that I think are good to know when you're practicing the invite. So I'll share those with you guys, and hopefully you'll get a thing or two out of it. There's two ways to prospect. One is you can prospect and you can be direct. So that means you just automatically bring the business up when you talk to them. The other way is you can build up to the invite. So you can build up to talking about the business, and you can kind of get to know them first and catch up with them before you bring up the business. If you are looking to be more direct, it kind of is up to you on which way to go about it. It depends on the relationship. But if you're looking to be more direct about it, you can watch How to Prospect Like a Headhunter. I forgot who it was by, but I'll post the link at the end of the webinar. I'll post the link on the comments below, and you guys can look at that. So that's a really good way to do things. And then either way, whether you're building or you're being direct, tip number one is the most important thing either way is to be genuine and authentic. You don't want to fake texting. You have to get in the mindset and become the person that actually cares about others. And that can be hard to do because when you're first starting, you're so focused and set on your business and your affiliates and you rank advancing. But you really can't look at people like dollar signs. You have to get into the mindset, and you have to become the kind of person that actually cares about what other people are up to. So when you're texting your friends and you're asking what's been going on in your life, that needs to be real. You need to get in the mindset and become a people person. You need to become interested in other people. You want to make the conversation all about them because we are in the people business. And so you really can't be fake with that kind of stuff when you're talking to people, asking them questions. Those questions need to be genuine, and it takes some time. Sometimes I naturally did not care when I first started talking to my friends. Honestly, I didn't care. When I texted them, I was like, oh, how are you? What did you do today? I didn't care what they did that day. But now that I'm in the mindset, I actually am interested in learning about other people because there's so many differences in people. There's so many, everybody's got a whole completely different schedule than you. And we tend to live you know, in a world where everybody thinks that the world revolves around them. You need to get over that. The world does not revolve around you. And you need to start putting yourself in other people's shoes. If somebody says they work at Taco Bell, think, oh, wow, like what would it be like working at Taco Bell? It'd probably suck. You know, if somebody is, you know, majoring in a certain thing or is making a certain amount of money, whatever their dreams are, like put yourself in their position and try to like imagine what their lifestyle is like compared to yours. And that will really help you become interested in people. So along with that, is that leaders are the ones asking the questions. Leaders ask questions. You are in control of the conversation. You're inviting them to hear about the opportunity of a lifetime. I feel like sometimes we get really caught up into the begging mode and we just want them to come hear about the event so bad, or we want them to come do a 2-on-1 to hear about the business so bad that we'll sit there and we'll beg them and nail them with times over and over and over again. Can you come? Can you come? Can you come? If you beg, that doesn't look good on your part at all. And you have to understand that you're the boss of the conversation. The one doing the least amount of talking is the leader of the conversation. So you want them to be doing all the talking about themselves, and you want to be in control of the conversation. So my next tip is to always look for at least one of these two things: their why or their need, or why they would be good at it. So their why/need is, you know, do they have a crappy car? Could they use a new BMW? Or, you know, is their mom working 3 jobs and they want to get their parents retired? What are their dreams? Do they hate their job? That's a need. And so that's good to bring up to your friends when you want to talk to them about the business is, hey, I know you hate your job. Would you want to check out this business opportunity? That's a need. Or why they would be good at it. That's the other thing to look for. You know your friends. Most of the people that you talk to, you know somewhat what their personality is like. So you want to make them feel special and unique. And again, you want to be genuine about it. So, you know, if somebody is super social, that's a personality trait. You'd be like, hey, I know you're super social. I think you would have a lot of success at this business that I'm doing. You should come check it out. That's a good thing. Or even shy people have amazing listening skills sometimes. There's something inside of everybody that would make them good at this business, whether they're really kind, they're really good listeners, they're really social. It doesn't matter. There's something in everybody. So all you have to do is find something for each of your friends, like what makes them special, what would they bring to the team, and then point that out to them. You know, because if you go into it and you know nothing about them and you're like, oh, I just want you to hear about this, they're gonna be like, well, why me? You know, you don't want them to have to ask that. You want to tell them before they have to ask you that question. And if they do ask you it, you want to be ready, and you want to be like, you know what, I told you this honestly because I think you'd have so much success because you're really social, because you have a ton of friends, because you are very success driven, you're very into fitness, whatever it is. So my last tip, it's pretty short, sorry, is, oh, actually I have 2 more, but don't be weird. Don't say anything that sounds unnatural. Follow the system and represent the alliance for what it is, but say it in your own words. So like I said, everybody brings something to the business. It could be how social you are, how tech savvy you are to help get connected on Google Hangouts. I struggle with that. Or if you're a really good listener, like I said, be yourself when you're talking with your friends. If you're naturally a very good listener, then it's not going to be difficult and it's not going to seem weird if you're asking them all the questions and you're listening to them. You know, if you're naturally a very confident person, then don't get all nervous about this, about what you're saying, and be your normal confident self. So really that's the base of it, is just don't be weird. Don't do anything suspicious that you wouldn't normally do. Like I said, follow the system, but do it in your own way. Follow the system, represent us well, don't say something that's not true. But if you want to reword it into something that sounds more natural for you to say, then go ahead and do that. You don't want it to sound like a sales pitch, because we're not salespeople, we're entrepreneurs, and people sometimes forget that. So, lastly, and this goes along too with being the leader of the conversation, is be confident and know that no matter how people respond, you are going where you have decided. It doesn't matter if they say yes to the home event. It doesn't matter if they say no right off the bat, or if they flake last minute. If you have conviction and an attitude and a vision for where you're going, people can feel that. 80% of communication has nothing to do with your words. 80%. That's crazy. It's all about how you say it, not what you say. So the more excited you are about your business, the more excited they will be to hear about it, because excitement is contagious. So that's all I have. Sorry it was super short. I had a lot of last minute crazy stuff come up, but hey, it happens anyways. So next, Ashton Keezer will be speaking about dedication, commitment, and how to have a fire in your eyes. So be ready to take some really good notes on this one. It's all you, Ashton.
Thank you, Sarah. So my name is Ashton Keezer. I've been with Vima for about a month and a half now. I'm 19 years old, from Greensboro, North Carolina, but I'm currently out in San Diego, California, because of the Marine Corps. Tonight, like Sarah said, I want to talk about dedication, commitment, having a fire in your eyes that no one can put out, and passion. So with dedication, dedication is a feeling of very strong support or loyalty to something or someone. So being dedicated to yourself is being who you are and not changing that, and loving who you are. So with this company, I could see where a lot of people, like celebrities, would, with the money, become who they're not. And you don't want to do that. This company isn't about that. So be who you are, love who you are, be dedicated to your team and your goals, whether it's the financial side, the fitness side, the health side, whatever it is, whether it's all three or just one of them. Just be dedicated to that. If you have goals for yourself to be fitter, then say dedicated to the gym. Be dedicated and committed to everything in this company. Your team, like, don't let them down. That should keep you pushing enough to, like, not let them down. Having a heart, having the heart, motivation, and drive, whether it's staying up that extra hour to get one more person to sign up. Well, that's one more person that you're going to help make more money, or you're going to help become healthier. My brother, I remember when I graduated boot camp, he looked at me and he said, Ashton, you have a fire in your eyes that I see that no one can put out. And it took me back for a second, because I was like, wait, what? And then I realized, like, sometimes, especially being here, because I'm from the East Coast, it was like my dream to come to California. It took me back, because I step back sometimes in my life and I'm shocked of where I am and what I'm doing, and I'm just in love with my life. And if you're not doing that, then you're doing something wrong. You should be in love with everything that's happening in your life. You should have to stop at random moments and be like, wow, like, I'm really going through this. And then passion is my last thing I want to talk about. There's a quote that says, nothing great is created without passion. And there's two kinds of energy that create passion. There's kinetic energy, which is, okay, so you're at a restaurant, you're eating, your food needs more salt, so you reach for the salt shaker. That's the movement, is the kinetic energy. The potential energy is when you're thinking in your head, my food needs more salt, so I need to get the salt shaker. So those are the two energies that make passion. So passion is found where they meet. That split second between you thinking, I need salt, and your hand moving towards the salt, is the passion. So that's like a half second. That's like not even a half second. That's so short. But think about how much you move during the day and how much you think about moving. That's a lot of passion for one day. The good is that these two passions are always playing a tug of war with whether something is going to happen or whether it's not going to happen. So think about you holding a fork. So you're holding the fork up, and that's the kinetic passion or the kinetic energy. Now try holding it and almost letting it fall, but you're not going to. Think about how much passion that is, because that's the midpoint of both of the energies. That's a lot of passion. Between your daily lives and whatever you're doing during the day, just continue to notice the dance between both of the energies, and then soon you'll be a passionate master of passion. And never lose that passion, because that passion is going to be whether you're the get or go of whether you're successful or not. So keep that. That's all I really have for this video. I want to thank Sarah for letting me do this, and that's it.